This is the Sunday Business Page with John Delano.
Good morning, I'm John Delano. Welcome to another home edition of the Sunday Business Page. Happy Valentine's Day. Our very special guest today is Joe Rothrock, the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Pittsburgh Division of the FBI. Joe, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here.
Good morning, John. Thanks for having me.
So I wanted you on this Valentine's Day show because you are an expert in romance scams. And I gather there are a lot of them. Is that true?
There are. It's an ever-increasing problem, not just here in Pittsburgh, but across the United States.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think what we've seen is not just a drastic increase here in Pittsburgh, but again, across the United States, somewhere to the loss of the neighborhood of $600 million nationwide.
Wow. What is the most common romance scam that we might see in the Pittsburgh area?
Yeah, so the most common scam is when one of these romance fraud perpetrators identifies somebody through either a dating application, a chat room, a social network site. They introduce themselves, establish a relationship. Over time, they build some trust, and then ultimately they use that trust to try to gain access to somebody's financial assets.
And do we have people here in Pittsburgh who have fallen victim to this?
Sure. According to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, here in Pittsburgh alone, in Western Pennsylvania, we had somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5,700 victims with a total loss of somewhere in the neighborhood of $20 million.
Wow. I mean, that's really distressing because people are out there, particularly on Valentine's Day, looking for love, looking for relationships. Is it okay to use some of these dating services to meet people, these online services?
Yeah, of course. I think what the FBI would recommend is that you stick to those nationally recognized dating websites. Recognize that the fraudsters still might use those sites to try to identify victims, but certainly from our perspective, if you stick to those nationally recognized dating websites and you do some of your own research, you're going to put yourself in a much better position.
When you say do your own research, it seems like almost everybody has a little history online. So do you want to type in the name of the potential date and see whether or not they're online?
Yeah, I think, as people get more comfortable with technology and they look to places like dating sites or social networking to meet people, those people probably have the same tech-savvy abilities to go out and do some of their own research and just make sure that the photos that are being shared with them or the profiles that are being shared aren't being spoofed or being shared more broadly across sites than just with you as that one person they're interacting with.
Are there any tips, Joe, that the particular individual may not be legit, may be a fraud? Is there a way that you can tell when you start to engage with people? Sure.
There's a couple signs we see. And, usually the first thing is to try to isolate you from that site or from that social networking site or that dating application where you originally met. So maybe they'll start texting you directly or emailing. One of the other things that a lot of times we see, or I should rather say probably the biggest red flag will be, is that at some point these fraudsters are going to have some event in their life. It's going to be tragic, maybe an unforeseen medical expense, the loss of a family member, but some tragic event that's going to lead them to ask for money. And what we would generally say is that if you've met somebody online and now they're asking you for a significant amount of money, that should be a big red flag.
Yeah, that sounds to me like a huge red flag if they ask for financial aid in any way, shape, or form. Finally, we only have a couple seconds left. If you want to meet somebody that you've met online, is there potential danger in that?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we've seen instances in the past where people have gone missing. There's at least one example, not locally, that we know that somebody's actually been killed. So what we would say is try to stick to public places. Let family or friends know where you'll be meeting somebody and what time you're expected to be home. And if you're ever planning to travel to a foreign country to meet somebody, you probably want to check with the Department of State first and look at travel restrictions for those foreign countries.
Well, Joe Rothrock, Special Agent in Charge, Assistant Special Agent in Charge in the Pittsburgh FBI. Thank you, sir, very much for sharing with us today. Really do appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you. And happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. The same to you. And thank you for watching us on the Sunday Business Page. If you have a suggestion for a guest, get in touch with me at jdelano@kdka.com. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.